What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, bringing you yet another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live. Today's episode is number 53, and coming into today's episode, we are sitting nice and pretty. Well, not really pretty because we had a couple of double loss episodes in a row, but our record is 60 and 42, so we have an 18 game differential. We were up to a 22 game differential, but we had back-to-back double losses. And that is not cool. So, at the end of yesterday's episode, I called that today we are getting a double victory, and hopefully I don't look stupid by the end of this video. So we will see what happens. Before we get into today's challenges, though, I would just like to remind you guys that we're trying to meet that like goal of 60 likes. So if you can, please leave a like on this video. It does help out a lot, and I do appreciate your support as always. So now, before I hit that challenge button, or as I hit that challenge button rather, let's get a refresher on the team. We've got a Choice Scarf Braviary, Choice Specs, Special Flygon, Focus Sash Lucario, Life Orb Persian, Specially Defensive Milotic, and then a Rest Talking Charge Beam Magneton holding the Eviolite. It's also running a Specially Defensive Spread, Calm Nature, so it can take hits pretty freaking well. We're going up against Nom the Nom, who's breeding in Massachusetts right now, by the way. Good to know. He has a really cool team. I actually really like this. He's got the Malamar Charizard, Greninja Primeape, which is something you do not see on Battlespot, Metagross, and Scolipede. And I'm noticing right now that he doesn't have a lot of items. He's got 2 items. So that's not necessarily what I would like to see. But the Charizard is probably going to be a Mega, and then the Scolipede, I have no idea what that's going to be, maybe Black Sludge. Could be that he just forgot to put items on his Pokemon. Not really sure. I've done that before and gone into battle, so I can't knock this guy just for not having items. A lot of people, as soon as they see a trainer that doesn't have items on their Pokemon, or doesn't have items on a lot of their Pokemon, they're instantly like, oh, in-game team, oh, he's not competitive, oh, he's a noob. That's not the case at all. I've run into plenty of competitive players that either just forget, or they don't have the right items at the moment, or whatever the case may be. So I'm not going to make any assumptions here. I'm going to assume that he's just competitive, just as competitive as I'm trying to be right now. Although I am bringing a Persian, so I don't know necessarily how competitive I am. But I do want to get a double victory today because I don't want to look silly. I do not want to look silly at all. So that Charizard, I'm going to say that that's going to be a Charizard Y if I had to guess. Charizard Y is way more common on Battlespot than Charizard X is. Although Charizard X might fit better into his team. I don't know. I still think it's Charizard Y though. I guess we'll see because he's probably going to bring it. And he's probably going to bring the Greninja as well, and then I don't know what else other than that. We're going to start off with Milotic though, because why not? Why not? Milotic can take some hits and that kind of stuff. He's starting off with the Metagross. So what can I do to this thing? It doesn't have an item. It's usually physical. Sometimes I like to run Assault Vest. I actually want to try an Assault Vest Metagross pretty badly. I feel like it could do some work. The only Metagross I have is dual screens, and it works good, but I would like to try some other sets. So he's going to go for the Agility. Agilagross is the thing. We're going to Scald him right here. And that really doesn't do that much damage at all, but we get the Burn. So that is going to help us a lot because he's not sweeping us with a burned Metagross. Now, I don't know what move he's going to go for. Probably the Zen Headbutt. He probably has the Meteor Mash and the Bullet Punch as well as other moves, I'm guessing. That would make a good set. Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Agility. So he's probably going to go for that Zen Headbutt here. He definitely is going to outspeed due to the Agility. I don't really know what else to go for. I guess we can just Scald him because, I mean, what is he going to do, really? He's going to Zen Headbutt me. I figured that's what was coming. That does absolutely nothing, but we flinch and cannot move. So that is a bit unfortunate, but that did negligible damage, especially when considering the lefties at the end of that. He's going to get hit by the Burn, which is fantastic. This Metagross is pretty much useless. It's been unfortunate for him that he got the first turn Scald Burn. That kind of sucks. Kind of ruined his strategy. Oh, so he does have the Earthquake. So maybe, well, he has to have at least just one Steel move. I don't know if it's Meteor Mash or Bullet Punch. We get a crit on the Dragon Tail. That's going to send him out. Get rid of his Speed Boost just because I don't want to deal with that right now. In comes the Greninja. And this thing can't do too much work to me either, unless it's carrying the Grass Knot. Because I am fully specially defensive, so if he wants to go for the Dark Pulses, which is what I'm assuming he's going to want to do, it's really not going to do a whole lot. I can take those hits pretty well. I am a Calm Nature, fully specially defensive as I mentioned. So what do I want to do to this thing? I could Scald him, predicting him to go for the Dark Pulse. He is going to go for the Dark Pulse. Okay. And we will see how much this does. Not really a whole lot. We're going to recover up this turn, and then we can start scalding him after that. Get back up to full health. Thankfully, no flinches going on, because that would be unfortunate. And we already flinched once, so I'm really not interested in flinching more times. That's not my thing. He's going to withdraw here because he notices that this is going to be a bad time for him, so he's going to switch into the Metagross. And he's going to take more burn damage. This thing is pretty useless. Thankfully, I went for Scald and not the Toxic. I was really close to clicking that Toxic button. But with the Scald and the burn damage, that Metagross is going down. I'm sure he doesn't really mind at all, because that was pretty much just fodder at this point. Milotic putting in some serious work in this episode. I'm really happy that it is, because I was unsure about how it was going to do on battle spots. I wasn't positive. He's going to send out the Charizard, so we know his full team now, and I don't know. I mean, either Charizard Y or Charizard X can both take on Milotic pretty well, because Scald's not going to do a whole lot if he's Charizard Y and it's in the sun, and Charizard X takes neutral damage from Scald, but then you know, can hit me on my physical side, and I'm not running the bull-natured, physically defensive Milotic, which is actually a really great set, and I do want to try it, but I haven't gotten around to breeding another Feebas and evolving it and all that stuff. It's a little bit of a pain. Little bit of a pain, and I don't even think I have another Prism Scale anyway, so that could be a little bit of a problem. I don't even know. I have to check my bag. So, what do we want to predict this thing to do? I still am really thinking that it's going to be Charizard Y, though, because Charizard Y is so common and so good on Battle Spot. It really, really is. So there's the Charizard Y. He's probably just going to Solar Beam me here. I don't see any reason for him not to. We should be able to live that, though, with our decent special bulk. So I'm not too worried. There's the Solar Beam. You know what I just noticed? That Solar Beam is 2 words this generation. I'm pretty sure in every generation prior to this, it was listed as, like, 1 word. It's kind of strange. I don't know why I didn't notice that until now. But we're going to Scald him. Solar Beam does do over half, even though we're specially defensive. That's just because Charizard Y is so powerful. Even with the lefty's recovery, another Solar Beam is going to take us out. We don't even get back up to half. Don't even get back up to half, even with the lefties. So I'm looking at my team here. I really don't think that there's any reason for me to try to save this thing, or is there? I mean, the Greninja is still there. So I know I can at least take another hit with Milotic on that Greninja, or from that Greninja rather, and recover up, and then either Toxic it, or just, you know, continually Scald it. So saving Milotic could have some potential here, because I'm pretty sure the only thing it has to hit me is the Dark Pulse, because that's what it went for the last time it was out here. So that is good news. And yeah, Milotic can't really do anything to this Charizard. If I stay in, he's just going to kill me off. I mean, Solar Beam is just painfully obvious at this point. There's really no reason for him to go for anything else. So, you know what? We're actually going to switch out here. We are actually going to switch out into the Flygon to take the incoming Solar Beam. Flygon has no use at this point because it just doesn't. It doesn't outspeed anything on my opponent's team. Charizard should be faster because it has base 100 speed. Flygon does not. I don't believe. But I am timid, so maybe I could potentially outspeed if he's modest. That has some plausibility here. So, but the Greninja, I definitely do not outspeed. Flygon is going to outspeed the Charizard Y. Oh no. In comes the Draco Meteor. That's going to do a lot of damage. And that just straight up kills this Charizard. That is Specs damage. And Special Flygon is nothing to scoff at. It gets a great special move pool. Mine's running Giga Drain, Flamethrower, which would have been nice in the sun if I outsped some more things. Draco Meteor, and Earth Power. So it does get some decent coverage indeed. The Greninja's is going to kill me off with an Ice Beam or basically any move because Flygon's a little bit frail. It doesn't take hits too well. It doesn't have a lot of HP, as you can see. 155 really isn't that much. He's just going to DC and give me the 3-0. Or I guess he just didn't feel like losing. I don't know what that was about, but that is a victory for us. So that's going to bring our record to 61 and 42. So we're up to a 19-game differential, well on our way to that double victory for today that I called at the end of yesterday's episode. So I'm not looking too silly just yet. At least I didn't say that and then respond with a double loss, because that would be really sad. So we're going to search for another battle. I'm excited. This team is putting in some work. As long as I don't face just crazy, like, loser people. I don't know how else to describe it. This is an interesting team. Interesting team. Mega Kangaskhan, don't really like that. Swoobat is cool. Durant, you know what? I think I know what this team is. Mega Kangaskhan, Simple Swoobat, Truant Entrainment, Durant, probably some kind of choice Staraptor, probably choice Banded. Chansey's going to be his defensive wall. And then, what is that Meowstic going to do? Probably dual screens with Prankster and all of that jazz. All of that jazz. So we're going to bring the Lucario, definitely. Because I'm going to need that Focus Sash, to be honest. I'm really going to need that Focus Sash if he manages to get set up with the Swoobat, or if he just wants to bring in the Staraptor. I really have nothing to counter it on my team. So I guess I could bring in Magneton, but he's not going to take a close combat too well. He can take Brave Birds all day, because with the Eviolite, he's actually very, very bulky. So we're going to bring the Magneton as well, because it does do some decent work against this team. And unless the Mega Kangaskhan, well, no, he has the Power-Up Punch, probably. Mega Kangaskhan could do some work against Magneton, definitely. Definitely. So I really don't even know what he wants to bring. I'm guessing the Mega Kanga is coming just because everyone that has Mega Kangaskhan will almost always bring it. And, yeah, so Raul's our opponent. He's from Mexico. We will see what he wants to do. I have not had good luck against players from Mexico recently. They just all tend to, like, enjoy stalling me and that kind of stuff. Hopefully that's not going to be the case this time. He does have the Chansey, so I'm a little worried. But, hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. Out of all the regions, I've noticed that Mexican players tend to play the cleanest. American players are pretty bad. Australian and English players kind of bad. None are as bad as the Japanese. They tend to love to bring the Mega Kangaskhan's and Toxic Stall and all the other annoying stuff that nobody wants to see. But people from Mexico and Latin America, they tend to just be, like, okay players. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. He's going to start off with the Meowstic. I'm bringing out Persian here, so I can just go for the Fake Out unless he has Protect. This actually, now that I think about it, this looks like it could be a decent, like, a VGC team. He does have the Protect. Okay. So he probably uses this in VGC doubles. That would make sense. That would make sense. So no Fake Out. That was a good play on his part because that avoided a lot of damage. He's going to Toxic me. Interesting. Toxic. Prankster Toxic is actually very good. So we're going to taunt him because he might not have any attacking moves. He might just have the dual screens Toxic and Protect. That is very possible, especially when you're talking about a doubles team or something that's used in doubles, because Meowstic is great in VGC. Absolutely fantastic. So now what do I want to do? We have him taunted. I could U-turn. Could U-turn, or I kind of want to knock off. He's going to withdraw. I should have went for the knockoff. Oh, he's going to bring in the Chansey. We're going to U-turn out. It's going to do absolutely nothing to this thing. I don't know what Chansey likes to do. I know it's annoying no matter what set it's running because it's just incredibly bulky. It's like facing a Togetic. They're just annoying. Just absolutely annoying because they do silly shenanigans almost all the time. Wouldn't doubt that this thing just coming into Toxic Stall me with Soft Boiled, it might have Protect. Who knows? Who knows what this thing is running? I don't knows. I don't knows. So I guess coming in with Lucario here seems kind of silly. Because what is Lucario really going to do? I can close combat it. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill it in one hit. I guess I could... We're going to come in with Magneton. I feel like Magneton... this is good setup fodder for Magneton. I really want to show off this set because I haven't really gotten a chance to do that yet. But it's a pretty awesome Charge Beam, a Flash Cannon, Rest Talking set. And I think it works out really well. So we are going to try it out here. I know this is a special wall, but it's setup fodder, basically. There's the Charge Beam, does absolutely nothing, and it's a crit. There's the special attack raise. Minimize. Wow. Oh no, are you serious? That's what you're going for right now? Minimize. We're gonna go for the charge beam again. And we're at +1, so that does a little bit more damage. We get another at special attack raise, which is great. He's just gonna spam minimize. Are you serious? Why do people do this? Seriously? Wow, okay. Okay, well, I should have come in with Lucario and just tried to kill this thing. Now I'm going to be in a really bad position. I'm surprised I haven't missed yet as he goes for a third minimize. I did not get the special attack raise this time, so he's at +3. This is going to be such a long battle. You guys better get ready. I'm sure you've seen by the length of this video, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a very, very long battle because he's about to use soft-boiled. There it is. Oh no. I really cannot stand players that use this strategy. I'm sorry, but this is one of those things. There's like a handful of sets and Pokemon that if you use them a certain way, it's really just bragging about how you have no skill. I mean, you can't win any other way. That's what you're resorting to. He has the Seismic Toss, so that makes sense. He might also have the Toxic, I don't know, but he can't Toxic Magneton. Charge Beam's going to miss, so that is unfortunate. There's the Seismic Toss again. This is going to be a PP war, because he hasn't seen that I have Rest yet. He's not going to want to switch out because of Minimize and get rid of his boost. So, this is going to be one long, long battle. He's going to avoid the attack, go for the Seismic Toss. We will be able to survive that because it's doing 50 HP exactly every turn. And the great part about this for, on my end is, unfortunately, he has the Minimize going, but Seismic Toss can never get a critical hit. So I will always know exactly when to use Rest and that kind of stuff. But the problem is that Sleep Talk only has 16 or 15, something like that, PP. So I can only use it a certain amount of times, and Seismic Toss, I imagine, has quite a lot of PP. The good part is that when I use Sleep Talk and I get another move, like if I get Flash Cannon or if I get Charge Beam, I don't use 1 PP of Flash Cannon or Charge Beam, I just use 1 for Sleep Talk, if that makes any sense. It made sense in my head, but now that I say it, it just kind of sounds silly. I don't know, but this is just ridiculous. This is going to go on forever. And I'm not, you know what, I'm not going to give up. I thought about, just, oh, let's forfeit, but no. I don't like forfeiting. I will play to the end, because that's just what it is. Even if I'm getting completely destroyed, or I don't agree with the strategy, it doesn't matter. Just, it's a respect thing for me. I will give my opponent the win. They earned it. Whether their methods were questionable or not, they still earned the victory regardless. So I'm going to stick this out to the end, and I'm going to continue to try to win. Even if this lasts an hour. Well, it can't, because there's a 24-minute time limit remaining. So the longest this can go is another 24 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't go another 24 minutes, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. Not that it isn't already ridiculous, because the fact that he's using Minimize Chansey... Oh, wait. I think I said earlier that he was at +3 as far as evasion goes. Minimize was changed so that it doesn't give you +1 in evasion, it gives you +2. So he's at +6 right now because he used it 3 times. So that is a bit unfortunate. That is a bit unfortunate. This whole thing is unfortunate. And I don't even know what to talk about, because this is just going to go on forever and ever and ever until one of us runs out of PP, and it's probably going to be me. This is not good. This is not good. I need to, actually hit a move, because I can do some decent damage with Flash Cannon now that I'm up at, what am I, +4? +4-ish on, with the Charge Beams. So I can do some decent damage, even though Chansey is stupid bulky on the special side. I'm so regretting not bringing in the Lucario earlier. I had the opportunity when I went for the U-turn. Actually, I had 2 opportunities. One, I regret not going for the knockoff with Persian, because the Chansey was coming in, and if I went for knockoff, this thing would have been crippled without that Eviolite. It still could wall me, especially Magneton, just because it's a special attacker, but pretty sure close combat would kill from Lucario. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing that it's fully specially defensive. I really don't even know what spreads these things run. If it's fully physically defensive, maybe it could live a close combat. I don't think it could, though. That just seems... That seems crazy, because Chansey's defense is, what, like 15? I mean, that might be a little bit ridiculous, but it's around there. It's absolutely insanely low. He's going to Seismic Toss here. That'll bring us down to 7 HP. And there's nothing we can do about that. We are going to have to rest again. This is getting old. This was old 5 minutes ago, or more. I don't even know how long we've been doing this. But I don't like people to do this. Actually, I'm very surprised that he hasn't forfeited, or not forfeited, that he hasn't DC'd, seeing that I haven't given up yet. Because a lot of players that do this strategy just expect other players to just either lose really quickly, or forfeit or DC or whatever, and the fact that I'm not doing that probably is getting under his skin. Probably is irritating him, and I like that, because you deserve to be irritated for using Minimize. Come on. Seriously, evasion tactics are so lame. They really, really are. I mean, you can't think of anything better to do. It's the same thing with Toxic Salt. It's like, that takes no skill. How are you having fun doing that? I mean, yeah, you can win, but is that really all you care about? I mean, I don't know. I'm a little bit salty right now because this is not what I wanted for this episode, but we do have one victory so far, so maybe we can pull out this victory somehow. Now that I'm looking at it, I really don't think that we can, because I don't see how we're going to break through this Chansey. I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening, but we're going to try. We are going to try, because that's just what it is. I'm not going to give up. If this video goes the full length of the time limit, then that's what it is. And hopefully you guys stick with me to the end. Feel free to skip to the end if you don't want to watch this. I mean, I will not be offended if you do that at all. Because, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't really want to watch Minimize Chansey just do the same thing over and over and over again. We're literally just playing the same song and dance. This has been going on for what? I don't even know. 8 minutes or more? No, this is a 10, going on a 10-minute battle right now. So yeah, maybe 8 of those minutes was this kind of shenanigans. Kind of silly. So I would not be offended at all if you decided, you know what, I don't really feel like watching this because this is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm just going to skip to close to the end to see what happens. Probably going to be me losing, because, like I said, I really don't have any answer to this. I had an answer with Lucario, and I had knockoff, but I made the only play that was the play to not make. The only play that I could have made that was a bad play. Because even having the chance to come in, if I went for my other move on Persian, which is Taunt, that would have been fine too. That would have been fine too. But the Meowstic was taunted, so... yeah. That is that. There is the Seismic Toss, so we are... yeah, not really doing too much. There's the Sleep Talk. See if we can pull a move and actually connect. Flash Cannon still missing. Have we even hit a move in the last 5 minutes? We're missing every single attack. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What would be really good is if I could get a Flash Cannon to connect and get a special defense drop. That would actually help me out a lot. But I don't know if we're going to be able to... he misses again. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit a move enough times to be able to break through this Chansey, or to be able to even get a special defense drop. I don't think we will. And the timeout thing, because I mean, just as a speculation, because we still have quite a few minutes before we get anywhere close to a possible timeout. But the way this is going, I don't know if we'll run out of PP fast enough. But basically how that works is, I believe whoever has the most Pokemon at the end of the time limits, or when the time limit expires, whoever has the most Pokemon, I believe, is declared the winner. What I'm not sure of, because what I've never had happen, is for the time limit to be up, and then we both have the same amount of Pokemon. So if we both have 3, if we both have 2, or whatever it is, I don't know how that would exactly work. I don't know. I guess that would just be considered a draw, because draws are a thing. So timeout draw, that would be really sad if that's what this comes to. I do not want to see that. I'm not hoping for a draw. That would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. I'm saying that a lot in this episode because that's what this whole thing is. It's just very ridiculous. There's the sleep talk as well. We're slowly, actually very quickly, running out of sleep talks. There's the charge beam, doesn't connect, of course. He's just going for minimize now. He's literally just stalling me for no reason. He's trying to PP stall me by just going for minimize. Why? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? I hope he's angry that I haven't forfeited or DC'd. I hope he is. I hope it's making his skin crawl. Ha ha ha. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. I am very strained sometimes. So what can we talk about while this happens? Heal Bell is his other move, so he doesn't even have the Toxic. Okay. So I'm sure by now you guys have heard about the new Hoenn remakes that were just announced. You've got Alpha... What is it? Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Very, very cool. In fact, people were asking me what I think about it because I didn't make any kind of response video or everything because everybody follows the same trends. All the PokeTubers, they all do the exact same thing. One person puts out, you know, some certain kind of video and it catches on, and this community is just very related to fads. One PokeTuber does it and then they all copy each other and then everyone's got a video of doing that thing. I'm like, oh, whatever, just stop. Just stop. That's great that you guys do that. I don't do that. I don't follow trends just because. That's just not my thing. I don't really set trends either. I'm just kind of in limbo. I just kind of do my own thing, and whoever likes it, and whoever doesn't like it, you know what? Oh well. Too bad. You guys can go watch all the other people. But as for the games itself, a lot of people have been asking me, so I guess I'll share my opinion on it. I think it's a really cool idea. We've been waiting for it forever. And a lot of people, actually a lot of people who watch my videos, their first games were the third generation games, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, maybe Fire Red, Leaf Green. That was third gen too, because Fire Red, Leaf Green came out before Emerald, I believe. But as you know, I've been playing since first gen, so my favorite generation is actually Gen 2. But that's just me. Actually, Gen 3 is probably my least favorite out of all of them. Probably my least favorite. And not just Gen 3 as far as generations. You know, I'm not trying to generalize it. I'm talking about Ruby and Sapphire. I don't know. They were never my favorite games. I really like Fire Red and Leaf Green. I really like Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD. They were all third gen. And those are some of my favorite games. But Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald were not my thing. I just didn't really like Hoenn. I don't know why. And it wasn't the Pokemon either, because I really liked the starters in Gen 3, but it just... Even the legendary Pokemon were pretty cool. Deoxys was introduced, the Latis were introduced, the Regis were introduced, a lot of legendary Pokemon. More than ever before at that point, because Gen 2 doesn't have that many. And Gen 1 has just, what? Got the 3 legendary birds, Mewtwo, Mew, if you want to count that. So I don't know. I'm just kind of blabbering here. We're still going on with just the sleep talks, and it's not really getting anywhere. He's going to seismic toss me again. And... oh, we are down to 14 minutes remaining, so this match has been going on for just about 16 minutes. About 14 of those minutes have been seismic tossing, sleep talking, charge beaming, missing shenanigans. I don't really know what to do at this point. I kind of need to take a risk sometime soon and like maybe try to switch. Part of me wants to do that. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it right now. We're doing it right now. We're not wasting any time going into Persian. I can taunt this thing, I guess. He's going to seismic toss me. I'm going to take the poison damage, which is unfortunate that I got toxic earlier because Persian really can't take that many hits. And I do have the life orb as well, so that's going to just continually, you know, lower my health. Chip away, so to speak. So, what do I want to do here? I kind of want to just taunt, or I could knock off, predicting him to stay in. Because if I taunt, he's definitely going to switch out, because he can't do anything but seismic toss me. Well, no, seismic toss would still kill due to the toxic. I'm in a little bit of a predicament here. We're going to go for the knockoff, and he avoids the attack. Ugh. I should have went for the taunt. But I had to risk it. I really had to risk it at that point. I know he's at +6 evasion, and knockoff was almost certainly not going to hit, but I had to try. Persian's going to go down, and now that we're getting down to the 10-minute-ish mark, as far as time remaining, and the timeout is possible, Me being down a Pokemon and him being in with the Chansey is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Because he's got an advantage on me. So we're approaching the 30-minute mark on this video. Oh, I'm sorry you guys have had to sit through this. Here's another seismic toss from the Chansey. That'll bring us down to 57 HP. And that is just fantastic. I actually don't even remember what my sleep timer is on this Magneton. How many turns has it been? How many turns has it been? We're going to go for the Charge Beam, and he's going to avoid the attack. So thankfully, I didn't guess wrong. I was really close to going for Sleep Talk there. But I did not get there. Did not get there. We have to rest here because we're at 7 HP. And this Chansey's just sitting nice and pretty at full health. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So this person has made it very clear that they're going to stay till the end. They're not going to forfeit or DC just because of any reason, really. They're just doing the same thing that I'm doing. And they're just ready to stay here till the end. Fight it out. And just keep clicking that Seismic Toss button every turn. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. I do have the Lucario still, so we have... Oh, he's going to withdraw. He's going to withdraw his Chansey. That is the opportunity that I needed. Why did you do that? Why? You had it in the bag, unless you're running out of Seismic Toss. I don't think so, though. Uh-oh. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. We have our window open for us. Can we jump through it? Can we claw our way to the window and jump through it? It's a really bad metaphor. What did this Meowstic do? He switched out when I taunted him, so maybe he doesn't have any attacking moves? He can't Toxic me. What can he do? Set up a light screen, maybe? If I had to guess, he'd set up a light screen. So, we also don't know what item he's holding. He could be lefties, or he could be the light clay if he has the dual screens as his other two moves, because we saw Toxic and Protect so far. So that is that. That is that. And we also lost all of our boosts with Magneton, because we did switch out to Persian. That was a big risk. It's kind of a bad play. Swagger. Are you serious right now? Swagger. This guy is a major tool. I don't normally like to insult people because that's just not how I play the game. And normally, I mean, you guys have seen me lose on this channel countless times. I lose all the time. I'm not the world's best player or anything, but come on. Minimize Chansey, Swagger, Meowstic. This is just terrible. And he also has Mega Kangaskhan. For all I know, that could be his other Pokemon. He's going to Swagger my Lucario as I switch it in. Going to raise my attack. So he's just going to continually Swagger me. Try to get me to kill myself. This is terrible. This is just absolutely terrible. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. This guy... I'm speechless. I am actually speechless right now. Actually speechless. So we're going to switch out again, because I'm not going to kill myself due to confusion, because it will happen. It will definitely happen. I also don't want to break my my Focus Sash on Lucario, so he shows his other move, which is going to be Reflect. So we Swagger, Protect, Toxic, Reflect. Protect, Reflect, Toxic. There we go. Okay. There we go. I don't know. I feel like I said Protect twice or Reflect twice. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know, a little beside myself at this point. He misses the Swagger. There's the Flash Cannon. That does some decent damage. Not a 2-hit KO, but it does about 40-ish%, 40, 45%. And that's looking good for me. What is he going to do here? Swagger? Protect? No, Protect is kind of silly, unless he's really just trying to stall the clock with that one Pokemon advantage that he has. I don't know what his other Pokemon is. I feel like if he had Mega Kangaskhan, he would have brought it out by now just to finish this battle. Maybe he has... What was his other Pokemon? Staraptor, maybe? He's going to Swagger me here. Going to get confused again. And I basically have to break through this confusion. And I do hit him with a Flash Cannon. So this Meowstic is going to be dangerously close to biting the dust. He's going to eat his Citrus Berry, but his special defense is going to drop, so we got a little bit lucky there. So definitely, actually, it wouldn't even matter, because from that range a flash cannon would kill anyway, so it's pretty much just a guaranteed one shot from this point. And he's going to withdraw the Meowstic. And he's going to go into his Chansey again to start trying to set up minimizes, I'm sure. And we're staying in. We're being a Crusader this time. Flash Cannon. It connects through the confusion and does some okay damage to this Chansey. And by okay damage, I mean it does nothing. Does absolutely nothing. Still confused. Switching into Lucario. I don't know if that's the best option at this point. But that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to mess around and let this Chansey set up minimizes again because we're getting close to a timeout here with 7 minutes left. He goes for Heal Bell. Was that a misclick? The Reflect is going to wear off. Why did he do that? Why didn't he minimize? Is he out of minimizes? Did minimize have its PP lowered? It might have. Just because it increases evasion by +2 now instead of +1. Wow, okay. We are in business. We are in business. I can't believe we have a shot at taking this back. He's going to withdraw the Chansey. Does not want to take a close combat. Nope, nope. In comes the Staraptor. And we're going to SD here. So we're up to +2. And we have our Focus Sash intact, mind you. This is looking really good. Surprisingly, we have a chance. We just need to knock out at least 2 of his Pokemon in the next 6 minutes. And then stall out with Magneton if Chansey is the only one left. Hopefully. That would be a good scenario. Not best case scenario, but a good scenario at this point. He's probably going to Brave Bird me here or close combat. Either or is going to take me down to my Focus Sash because Lucario is frail as can be. Frail as can be. We're going to Bullet Punch him though. See how much damage it does. About half. He is going to Brave Bird. Okay. That's fine by me. That's going to do a lot of damage, bring us down to the Focus Sash. He probably did not want to see that. He's probably worried about that. Maybe he thought that I was Mega Lucario because we haven't stayed in with Lucario for a turn, I don't think. So that's going to bring him down into killing range from the Bullet Punch. Actually, I don't think it mattered because Bullet Punch did about 50% anyway. So the Staraptor is going down. We're even on Pokemon now. And I have a Swords Dance up. We might have just won this match. I cannot believe that we almost took this back. It's this close. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's within an arm's reach. He's going to bring in the Meowstic. That, pretty sure, is going to die to a +2 Bullet Punch. It does not have the best defenses, and I should outspeed it, and therefore out-prioritize it with whatever move he's going to go for. Which, I don't know what it would be. Reflect, I guess. Bullet Punch does take out the Meowstic. He's probably trying to set up a Reflect to be able to stall me out with the Chansey. And now we have the lead. We have the lead and the Chansey's going to come in. I'm pretty sure that a close combat at +2 will kill this thing. And if it doesn't, we should be able to come in with Magneton and finish it off. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we're going to go for the close combat here. There's no reason for us not to. And we will see what happens. We will see what happens. This is such a great position to be in. I cannot believe this happened. I cannot believe this happened. After almost a half-an-hour match, and the match is forfeited. That is awesome. Raul goes down. Your minimized Chansey. You didn't want to just watch it die. I guess you're too attached to it. I'm sorry. I really wanted to see it die, though. I really just wanted to watch that Chansey be in pain after all it put me through. Oh, that feels so good. So what did I say? The end of last episode. What did I say, guys? If you were there, if you watched, if you witnessed the atrocity of the double loss over the last couple of episodes, what did I say at the end of the last episode? We're going to get a double victory today, and that is exactly what happened. Somehow, we delivered, even with all the odds stacked against us with minimized chances. It's too funny. Too funny. That'll probably never happen again. Because he misplayed. He had the match in the bag, but he misplayed, and that's the only reason that we won. But I don't care, because it feels good. It feels good. So that brings our record to 62 and 42, back to the 20-game differential. We'll see if we can get past that next time. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for sticking with me through all of this nonsense that happened in this episode. It has to be the longest Battle Spot episode to date. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. It does help out a lot. I will see you guys for the next episode. But until then, game on.